shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Behave yourselves!
Hello YouTubers out there, this is Jerry Saravia at the Movies. So today we're going to talk very briefly about a announcement from Steven Spielberg, who had directed his last picture was The Fabelmans. And the announcement, which apparently was done at the 2023 Berlin International Film Festival, is that he will help to bring Stanley Kubrick's Napoleon to the screen. Now this, I should say to the small screen, because this would be streaming as a 7-part limited series on HBO. And apparently this is happening, and Steven Spielberg is not actually directing this. He is, I gather, a producer, working along with Jan Arlen, who was Kubrick's brother-in-law and also helped make some of his pictures, and in addition to Christiane Kubrick, Kubrick's wife. The director is Kari Fukunaga. Director I'm not familiar with. Apparently his last picture was the No Time to Die, which was the James Bond picture. A war drama called Beasts of No Nation. He also directed a period drama, which has been done before, Jane Eyre. So this is a guy who's going to be directing, allegedly anyway, so far, the Napoleon limited series. Now this project was announced about 10 years ago, and it looks like now that they perhaps found the financing to do it. Steven Spielberg is, again allegedly, although I don't know for sure, directing a remake of Bullitt, the film that from the 1960s that starred Steve McQueen. So I don't know really what to think about this, but they are going to stay true to Kubrick's notes and screenplay, of which I think it's about 800 pages long, all sorts of notes. And I mean, being Kubrick, you can imagine the amount of notes and footnotes and who knows what else. So it's a strange turn of events, especially when you consider that Kubrick couldn't make Napoleon back in the 1970s because it was going to be a large-scale historical drama. And at the time, Waterloo came out in 1970 with Rod Steiger, also another Napoleon drama, and that picture did not do well at the box office. So the feeling was Napoleon, even by Stanley Kubrick, probably wouldn't do well. And period historical dramas were kind of iffy during the 1970s when you consider that even Kubrick's own Barry Lyndon didn't get much of an audience. With another director involved, it's hard to say what this film will be like, this 7-part series. It makes me very curious, certainly. This is not the first time, of course, Spielberg has been involved in a Kubrick production, or at least one that was initially a Kubrick, going to be a Kubrick-directed production. That was AI, back in 2001. And a couple of years prior, or at least sometime before Kubrick died, Kubrick, according to Spielberg, told Spielberg to direct AI, that he wasn't going to direct it anyway. So it was going to be a Stanley Kubrick production of a Steven Spielberg film, is the way he saw it, Kubrick, that is. So, you know, this one, I don't know if Kubrick would have entrusted Steven Spielberg or anyone else to do it. Of course, he's not alive. I mean, Kubrick's been dead for quite some time. So, I don't know, I have sort of mixed feelings about this, because Kubrick was a very specific kind of director, very specific kind of vision, very specific way of looking at things, and very specific directing style, which I don't know if you call it a style necessarily, but his films were so fully realized that another director taking in the reins to do it is odd to me. But I guess we'll just have to see how it is. Everyone, of course, is going to compare it to probably Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon, which is the only real period film that he has done, that is to say, set, a few centuries past. So we'll see how it goes. What are your thoughts about this? Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think they will come up with something rather amazing? We'll see. It's sure to be an expensive production, no question about it. What do you think of Stanley Kubrick? Do you think that he would have eventually made this film had he not passed away after or just before the release of Eyes Wide Shut? It's an interesting question. So I guess we'll see what happens. And let me your thoughts. Please subscribe to my channel if you like what you hear. And this is Jerry Saravia the Movies, signing off.